Welcome back to Yappin' with Yannii.
Take me where the wild things are.
For those of y'all who watched the last interview, I appreciate it. I told y'all would like my friends. Always happy to have good conversations. As well as where we shot the video at Hive Minded Studios. Right now, everybody's favorite engineer, Tristan, has been going through some health issues recently. And because of that, he hasn't been able to go in and record people. And as people who love him, we would love if he would take this time to rest. And we've been putting together a fundraiser. So for those of y'all who are in the area, if this is coming out on December 31st, we are having a show for them on January 15th. Um, just so that way we can raise a little bit more money for them, help them out during this time period. Hive Minded has done so much for all of us, me especially. I have to thank that place for so many different reasons. And if it wasn't for them, y'all wouldn't have this. Yannii would not exist. So, go show them love. I appreciate you guys listening to that. We love Tristan, man. He deserves all of the help that he can get so that way he can take this time to really get better. So, appreciate that. This is an intermission though. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I wonder if this works, having the microphone on my glasses like this. This is cute. Love that. So, 2 for 2. Did Christmas dinner by my damn self. My brother made the macaroni and cheese because, and a lot of y'all are gonna get irritated, I do not like cheese. I do not like cheese. It's a whole fucking story in and of itself. Just, just know I don't fuck with anything that's cheese. Pizza is hit or miss. I don't want cheese on my sandwiches. Don't like macaroni and cheese. Don't like macaroni salad because it's too close to macaroni and cheese. Don't want cheese on my burger. None of that shit. Can't stand cheese. So, my brother made the macaroni and cheese. And then I made everything else. There was too many hands in the motherfucking kitchen for Thanksgiving, and it was driving me nuts. So I decided to do Christmas. And you better ask my household. I was kicking people the fuck out the kitchen. Okay? Please. Ooh, I can't tell. I think it's still on. Trying to make sure that the microphone don't die. I have not charged these since the Martian interview, which shout out to y'all who watched it. This next year is going to be very thought out about how I'm dropping music and almost in a storytelling sense. I'm excited though. I'm excited. Got some collabs on the way. For those of y'all who actually do follow me though, check my page. I got some collabs on that motherfucker. And those of y'all who have music with me, y'all need to tag me in that shit and start posting it. Please. Even with the songs that do have me on it, there's certain songs that have just been sitting in my vault and I've just been waiting for them to be like something for y'all. Please. Oh my gosh. I want to start collabing with more people, but I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to work on it. I am not the most approachable person. I was that person in school. You can ask my friends. I was that person in school where if I'm walking and somebody stops my friend to like tell them something just because they know them, I'm gonna keep walking. I'm leaving you, bro. And there was a couple of people who were like, "Bitch, you just left me." Yes, that ain't got nothing to do with me. What are you talking about? This person came up to you to talk to you. I do not know you. I am also not the greatest with like conversation starters. Well, it just depends. Like when I'm in my element. Um, it's weirder with people who are around my age. I'm usually hanging out with people who are older than me, if not twice my age. So I am an old lady at heart. Okay, at least I like to think that. So watching y'all do some of the shit that y'all do, the granny in me wants to be like, somebody needs to pop these kids upside their head. And then reality kicks in, and I'm like, oh, I'm a kid. Well, to some of y'all, Y'all are like, you're a baby. Oh my gosh. For people who are my age or who know me, they're like, you are not a kid, nigga. What are you talking about? I don't make fun of people who are in their 30s and shit. What are you talking about? I'm pushing 30 at this point. Once you get to 25, you're pushing 30 after that. Which is so funny, but I think like growing is such a beautiful thing. I was going back and I was looking at my pictures, right? I have always been the type of person who's taken a lot of pictures of myself. I may not post a lot of pictures of myself, but to be honest, I don't really fuck with social media. Y'all be stressing me out. I take a lot of pictures of myself. And there's like this trend on TikTok right now talking about the like, and all of a sudden, I'm not 17 and I haven't been 17 in a long time. So I go into my like Snapchat and I go and see pictures of myself when I was 17. And I'm like, my face is essentially still the same. This is gonna be an intermission actually. I'm so glad that y'all know people that I know now. So talking with Martian the other day, we were talking about locks. I was explaining to him why it's important to call them locks and not dreads. And then he was just explaining why he started his locks in the first place. And then that got me to thinking why I started my locks in the first place. Um, and it's really interesting now that I have them. They'll be 4 years old in February. I did it on the last day of Aquarius season because I'm annoying and wanted my locks to be Aquariuses as well. Yes, I am one of those zodiac bitches. Please. I think I have brought up zodiacs every episode at this point. I am fascinated with space and anything that has to do with space. Okay? Um, what was I talking about? Fuck. My hair! I sat there and I thought about it. And during those years when I was younger, I, as most girls do, especially black girls, was going through a little bit of body dysmorphia, teenage hormones, and all of those things like that. Like you're going through it and your body is going through a different type of change. I won't say that I was like hit, but that awkward phase, right? So that took a tank on my self confidence quite a bit. And so now that I've gotten a little older, right, when I started my locks, I kind of was going through an experimental phase, anyways. I had been dyeing my hair like shit for like the last 2 years and was going through all kinds of different colors. Favorite will forever be cotton candy pink. Period. I'm gonna have to put like some pictures or something in here. That color ate bad, bro. Okay, a little bit of time has passed. And the microphone does great on the glasses. So they're gonna stay on the glasses. Anyways, um, cotton candy pink, right? Love that color. And just went through a whole bunch of different phases of dyeing my hair. And then cut all of my shit off. Reference photo. Um, yeah, short. And then pretty early on into that, when I cut my hair off, I knew I wanted to start my locks, but I wanted to start off with healthier hair. So chopped all my shit off, and then in February started my locks. Weirdly enough, during this lock journey, I've found an appreciation for like my natural look. I have found a way to kind of just merge my style into the way that I want to. Like going through the early lock phase, and then as I continue to grow, it's grown with me, right? And I feel like I've done my most amount of growth since I've started my locks. I felt a lot more black, which made me a little bit more like confident in my skin. And then going through the phases of having to be like really, really hardcore natural because I was a very lazy natural when I was. Um, it made me appreciate all of the phases. Like to the point where like every once in a while I'll put on some lashes, eat them up, put on some lip gloss, put on some lip liner, whatever the hell I can get dressed up, but at the same time, like in my natural state, which is a majority of the time what I'm in when I'm on here, different type of appreciation, you know? And I'm really not 17 anymore. Like, I think about that version of me all the time. And it's like, you know, when people grieve like a version of themselves. Oh my gosh! I saw this video on TikTok. It was so beautiful because Shorty, she got on here and she was asking herself some cool ass questions. Love to see the growth. Hair looked completely different. She looked like her skin was glowing. Like, sis found peace this year, bro. And then at the very end of it, she was just like, I miss you so much. Like that version of herself. And I was like, oh my God, what the hell? And I tried to think back onto this new year, and I'm like, what type of person was I at the beginning of this year? And if I have to be completely transparent, bitch, I'm in too good of a mood to get emotional on here. But like, at the beginning of this year, bro, I think of everything that was happening to me. Oh my gosh. Fucking, there was just emotions were all over the place, bruh. And I just feel like to the place where I am now, so many things that I manifested during that time period, trying to like picture a way out of it, has made its way true. And I feel like time will only tell how other things will change. I think back to the past versions of myself, and I'm so thankful to them because I pull from them all the time, using the lessons that I've learned to navigate the things that I do currently. And it's paid off extremely well. And I'm still on a learning curve. And I love it. There's so many different things that go into growing, bro. And I hope for this new year, y'all experience growth. Because, like, staying complacent, bro, I said that in the last solo video, bro. It's the year of the snake. I felt that skin shed. You know, it was feeling constricting. I needed to let that go, and I needed to, like, be real about a couple of different things. And just see things for how they really are. Having to take a step back from a situation just because you're too close to it, like, it'll make you realize where things got fucked up because you didn't have enough time to just really process that information and make an informed decision, you know? And I teach that like all day long. So for me to actively also be having to take those lessons, it's just, it's awesome. But yeah, bro, I'm taking into this new year just optimism. I just am so open minded to everything that's coming my way. Just because, in one way or another, it will shape a new version of me that deserves to exist. This version of me is loving existing right now. As hard as existing is on a constant basis, things have been just, you know, and if I play my cards correctly, who knows what'll happen? If I just lock in for a little while, what'll change? I feel like we're constantly talking about change on here. Oh my God. I'm trying to figure out a way on how I can continue to interview people for Yappin. It's hard to get people in the same space at once, you know? And there's just so many people that I want to talk to, that I enjoy talking to, and would like to just showcase those people on my page. But with that being said, Appreciate y'all. Have a good night.
Take me where